Imagine if your body had a built-in countdown clock, ticking away with every single day that passes. Each tick shortens a tiny fuse inside your very cells, bringing you closer to age-related diseases and the visible signs of aging. The scary part? This isn't science fiction. It's happening inside you right now. This countdown clock is real. But what if I told you that you could press pause on that clock? What if you could even turn it back? The secret isn't in a billion-dollar anti-aging cream or a futuristic lab. It's hiding in plain sight, in your grocery cart, on your dinner plate. Stay with me, because today we're revealing the foods that science is showing can actually help lengthen these cellular fuses, potentially adding healthy, vibrant years to your life. The countdown clock inside your cells. Before we can rebuild, we must first understand the architecture of aging itself. Deep within the command center of nearly every cell in your body, you have your chromosomes, which are the tightly wound structures that house your entire genetic blueprint, your DNA. At the very tip of each one of these chromosomes lies a protective cap, a small segment of repeating DNA sequences. These crucial caps are known as telomeres. The best analogy is the plastic tip on a shoelace. It prevents the entire lace from unraveling and becoming useless. In the same way, telomeres protect your vital genetic information from degrading every time a cell divides. This process of cell division is essential for life, allowing us to grow, heal, and maintain our bodies. However, there's a fundamental cost to this process. Each time a cell replicates, a small portion of the telomere cap is lost, and it becomes progressively shorter. This shortening process is, in essence, the molecular clock of aging. As telomeres shorten, they eventually reach a critically short length where the cell can no longer divide safely. It enters a state of old age known as senescence, or it self-destructs. This cellular aging contributes directly to what we experience as getting older. Wrinkles, a weaker immune system, and an increased vulnerability to a host of age-related conditions like heart disease, neurodegenerative disorders, and type 2 diabetes. For decades, this was seen as an unavoidable tragedy of biology. But then, a groundbreaking discovery changed everything. Scientists, led by the Nobel Prize-winning biologist Dr. Elizabeth Blackburn, identified a remarkable enzyme called telomerase. This enzyme's sole function is to counteract the shortening process by adding length back onto the telomeres, effectively rebuilding them. The discovery of telomerase opened up a revolutionary idea. If we could influence the activity of this enzyme, we could potentially slow or even reverse an essential aspect of cellular aging. Further research confirmed that while our genetics play a role, our lifestyle choices have a profound impact on telomerase activity. The two primary forces that accelerate telomere shortening are chronic inflammation and oxidative stress. These are the twin villains of aging, causing cellular damage and suppressing our natural repair mechanisms. The incredible news is that we can fight back, and our greatest weapon is what we put on our fork. The foods we eat can either fuel the fire of inflammation or provide the powerful compounds needed to extinguish it and boost our telomerase repair crew. So, are you ready to learn about the first foundational food group that puts this enzyme to work? The answer may surprise you. The fiber-rich foundation for longevity. The first and most critical food group for building longer, healthier telomeres is one that has been unfairly demonized for years: fiber-rich whole foods. We're specifically talking about legumes like lentils, chickpeas, and black beans. We are also talking about whole grains like oats, quinoa, and brown rice. And finally, seeds like chia and flax. For too long, the narrative has been to fear carbohydrates, but this is a dangerous oversimplification. The real culprits are the refined, processed carbohydrates stripped of their nutrients and fiber. In contrast, complex, fiber-rich whole foods are the cornerstone of a longevity diet. The secret to their power lies in their interaction with the trillions of organisms living in your gut, your microbiome. When you consume dietary fiber, it travels largely undigested to your large intestine, where it becomes the primary fuel source for your beneficial gut bacteria. As these microbes feast on the fiber you provide, they produce a range of incredibly beneficial metabolic byproducts called short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs. The most studied and powerful of these is a molecule called butyrate. Butyrate is a true biological superstar. Once produced in the gut, it's absorbed into your bloodstream and travels throughout your body, exerting potent anti-inflammatory effects. It helps maintain the integrity of your gut lining, preventing inflammatory compounds from leaking into your system, and it actively reduces systemic inflammation. Remember, chronic inflammation is a key aggressor that degrades your telomeres. By consistently feeding your gut with fiber, You are essentially manufacturing your own internal anti-inflammatory medicine, creating a cellular environment where telomeres are protected, not attacked. The scientific evidence for this is compelling. One major study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition analyzed the diets and telomere lengths of over 5,000 adults. It found a direct linear relationship. For every 10-gram increase in daily fiber intake per 1,000 calories consumed, telomeres were significantly longer, an effect the researchers equated to being nearly 5 years younger biologically. Incorporating this into your life is simple and delicious. Start your morning with a bowl of steel-cut oats topped with a tablespoon of ground flaxseed. For lunch, choose a hearty lentil soup or a salad loaded with chickpeas. At dinner, make a simple swap from white rice to nutty, protein-rich quinoa. This isn't about restriction, it's about abundance and addition. By building your meals on this fiber-rich foundation, you are laying the groundwork for cellular repair and resilience. Now that we've established this base, it's time to add a spectrum of vibrant protection. Next, we will reveal how painting with color on your plate can shield your DNA, and which surprising dessert is backed by science to help in this fight. Love this video? You'll enjoy what's linked in the description too. Don't miss out. The antioxidant rainbow and a sweet surprise. If chronic inflammation is the first great enemy of your telomeres, its accomplice in the crime of aging is oxidative stress. Think of oxidative stress as biological rust. It's the cellular damage caused by highly reactive and unstable molecules known as free radicals. These molecules are natural byproducts of our metabolic processes, like converting food to energy, but their production is ramped up by exposure to pollution, UV radiation, and poor diet. Free radicals are like tiny, out-of-control projectiles bouncing around inside your cells, damaging everything they come into contact with, including proteins, fats, and most importantly, your DNA and the telomeres that protect it. This relentless damage accelerates the shortening process and impairs cellular function. The antidote to this molecular chaos is found in antioxidants. These are generous molecules that donate an electron to neutralize free radicals, stopping their destructive chain reaction in its tracks. The most diverse and potent sources of antioxidants are found in colorful plant foods. This is the science behind the common advice to eat the rainbow. Each pigment in a fruit or vegetable represents a unique family of protective antioxidant compounds. For instance, the deep blues and purples in blueberries, blackberries, and eggplant come from anthocyanins, powerful compounds known to cross the blood-brain barrier and protect our brain cells while reducing overall body inflammation. The bright reds in tomatoes, watermelon, and pink grapefruit signal the presence of lycopene, a formidable antioxidant whose bioavailability actually increases with cooking. The vibrant oranges and yellows in carrots, sweet potatoes, and bell peppers are rich in carotenoids like beta-carotene, which our body converts to vitamin A, essential for immune function and cellular health. And of course, dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are packed with a powerhouse combination of lutein, zeaxanthin, and folate, a critical B vitamin essential for DNA synthesis and repair. Now for the sweet surprise that can be a part of this protective shield: high-quality dark chocolate. This isn't a license to eat sugary candy bars, but pure, dark chocolate with a cacao content of 70% or higher is one of the most antioxidant-rich foods you can consume. It's loaded with a class of antioxidants called flavonols, which have been scientifically shown to improve blood flow, lower blood pressure, and protect cells from oxidative damage. A small square of dark chocolate can be a genuinely healthy indulgence. Similarly, sipping on green tea, especially matcha, provides a massive dose of a specific type of antioxidant called catechins, most notably EGCG, which has been directly studied for its potential to reduce oxidative stress and positively influence telomerase activity. The mission is to make every plate a vibrant mosaic of colors, actively defending your cells from the inside out. We've built the foundation and added the protective colors, but there's a crucial macronutrient we need to get right, one that is central to quenching the fires of inflammation for good. The healthy fat revolution, omega-3s to the rescue. For decades, dietary fat was wrongly targeted as the primary cause of weight gain and poor health. This led to a boom in low-fat and fat-free products, which were often filled with sugar, refined starches, and other pro-inflammatory ingredients that are disastrous for our telomeres. We now understand that this advice was misguided. The truth is that fat is not the enemy. The type of fat is what matters. While we should avoid artificial trans fats and moderate our intake of certain saturated fats, there is one class of fat that is so powerfully anti-inflammatory and essential for cellular health that it is non-negotiable in a longevity diet: omega-3 fatty acids. If you think of inflammation as a persistent, low-grade fire smoldering throughout your body, omega-3s are the most effective firefighters you can consume. They work at the very source of inflammation, producing compounds called resolvins and protectins that actively resolve the inflammatory process and tell the body's alarm systems to stand down. This direct anti-inflammatory action is crucial for telomere preservation. Because chronic inflammation is a primary driver of telomere attrition, a diet rich in omega-3s helps create a calm, stable internal environment where your cells can thrive and your telomeres are better protected from degradation. The link is not just theoretical. A landmark study from Ohio State University took healthy, sedentary, middle-aged adults and gave them either a daily omega-3 supplement or a placebo. The results were striking. The group taking omega-3s exhibited a significantly slower rate of telomere shortening over time. Furthermore, the researchers found that these fatty acids reduced oxidative stress by about 15% compared to the placebo group. The protective effect was most pronounced in individuals reporting high levels of stress, suggesting that omega-3s are particularly effective at buffering our cells from the corrosive effects of modern life. The most potent, bioavailable sources of the omega-3s EPA and DHA are found in cold water fatty fish. Aiming for 2 to 3 servings per week of wild-caught salmon, mackerel, herring, sardines, or anchovies is an excellent goal. For those following a plant-based diet, the primary sources are walnuts, freshly ground flax seeds, chia seeds, and hemp seeds. These provide an omega-3 called ALA, which the body can convert into the more powerful EPA and DHA, although the conversion rate can be inefficient. Supporting this conversion with a diet low in processed omega-6 fats from vegetable oils can help. And we can't forget other healthy fats like the monounsaturated fat in avocados and extra virgin olive oil, which bring their own unique anti-inflammatory polyphenols to the table. By strategically incorporating these healthy fats, you are providing your body with the essential raw materials to build healthy cell membranes and extinguish the fires of inflammation. We have now covered the most important food groups, but how do we combine them for the ultimate effect? The final key lies not in a single food, but in a powerful synergistic pattern. Join our community and never miss out on new content. Subscribe today. The synergy secret. It's not one food, it's the pattern. We've now identified a grocery list of longevity all-stars: fiber-rich legumes and grains, a rainbow of antioxidant-packed fruits and vegetables, and anti-inflammatory omega-3 fats from fish, nuts, and seeds. However, the most profound secret to leveraging food for telomere health isn't about isolating and obsessing over any single one of these foods. The ultimate power is unlocked through synergy. It is the dietary pattern as a whole that creates a biological environment where telomeres can flourish. These foods don't just work in parallel, they interact and amplify each other's benefits in a beautiful nutritional symphony. For example, the healthy fats from a drizzle of olive oil on your salad dramatically increase your body's ability to absorb the fat-soluble antioxidant vitamins A and K from the leafy greens. The vitamin C from bell peppers in a bean chili enhances the absorption of iron from the legumes. The fiber from whole grains slows the absorption of sugars, preventing inflammatory blood sugar spikes. This powerful, synergistic approach to eating has a name. It is the framework of the traditional Mediterranean diet. It's no accident that this dietary pattern is consistently ranked as the healthiest in the world. It is the real-world application of all the principles we've discussed. People in the world's blue zones, regions like Sardinia, Italy, and Icaria, Greece, where people live exceptionally long and healthy lives, don't count antioxidants or track their omega-3s. They simply eat a diet centered on whole, plant-based foods, with an abundance of vegetables, fruits, beans, whole grains, nuts, and seeds, all tied together with olive oil and supplemented with moderate amounts of fish. This pattern naturally provides all the components needed to fight inflammation, combat oxidative stress, and support telomere maintenance. However, diet, while incredibly powerful, is just one pillar of the longevity structure. To truly maximize the benefits and create a holistic anti-aging strategy, this eating pattern must be woven together with other key lifestyle factors. Consistent, moderate exercise has been shown in numerous studies to independently boost the activity of the telomere rebuilding enzyme, telomerase. Similarly, chronic stress is a direct telomere toxin, flooding the body with corrosive hormones like cortisol. Implementing a stress management practice, whether it's meditation, yoga, deep breathing exercises, or spending time in nature, is a non-negotiable act of cellular preservation. Finally, quality sleep is paramount. It is during our deep sleep cycles that the body's primary repair and regeneration processes, including the work of telomerase, are most active. Prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of restorative sleep each night is like sending your DNA to a rejuvenation spa. The ultimate path to a younger biological age lies in this beautiful synergy, where good food, daily movement, mental calm, and restorative rest work in concert to protect and lengthen your precious telomeres. Are you over 40 and living your best life? Share your inspiring story with the world and spread positivity in the comment below. Discover the best collagen for glowing skin after 40 and how to make it truly work for you. Let's watch the next video here.